at the central base. For whatever reason, I had a great deal of difficulty keeping Miss Chocolate and tell me you flew the coop again. Nope. Mr. Silverstreak here. I had to put him in jail. I had to build this little jail cell out of handrails to keep him from escaping through these door openings. Now, I would have him on not follow, passive, and somehow he would come out here, and so would Miss Chocolate, somehow got out of there. That was before I put all the handrails in. And sometimes I'd be out on a mission by myself, and I'd come back, and they'd be sitting down here on the ground. That was very annoying. And anyway, the last mission I went on, which now was some number of days ago, when I came back, Mr. Silver was sitting out here over near Mr. Woody, just calm and peaceful as could be, because he was in do not follow and passive mode. But Miss Chocolate was gone. I suspect because she was in do not follow and passive mode, she got out somewhere and got herself killed by something, I guess. Now, wouldn't that be weird if that was her sitting over there? After all the work I went through, I built this cage out here on the flat to keep all the land-based animals in, so they wouldn't go running willy-nilly all over the place. I'm going to have to go over there and check that out. And I built this little platform out here. And it's kind of fun because I can run right off the end. Boom! There I am down in the water. And of course what I did was I built a ladder and a little platform. That was a bit of a challenge so that I can get back up. Now, Miss Chocolate, if you're sitting over here on the ground somehow, I'm sure I saw somebody. Is that you? Now, go figure. There's Miss Chocolate. I looked all over for her. Couldn't find her anywhere. And there she is. She got tired of being out on her own wherever she went, doing whatever it was she was doing. Drove me crazy looking for her. Couldn't find her anywhere. So, I mean, she's tough enough now, level 53. She's got pretty good melee damage and pretty good health, over 1,000 health. So I'm sure she can take care of herself against the occasional raptor or whatever might come over here, maybe a Carno or something. Now, what do you want? Yeah, I know. A level 1, huh? You're not even worth being reading your level. Well, okay, Miss Chocolate. I'm happy to see that you're alive and well. And you've come back. And now what am I going to do with 2 Argentavises? Because you now have a new sister. She's a little different than you. She's got gray instead of brown. I'm not sure if her feathers are a lighter color or not. Let's see, how are you doing? Look at this, you sitting here, you got food on you still. A lot of rotten meat, but that's okay. And you still got the biotoxin. Anyway. You wouldn't believe, Miss Chocolate, you would not believe the aggravation and the grief that I went through looking for a new Argent Vitavis. But Miss Chiffon here, I was looking around up here on the volcano because there's lots of Argies over there that spawn. But the problem is there's so many other things over there, it's really hard to get one and not be bothered by 9 gazillion other critters running around trying to eat me and trying to eat the bird. And if I built a trap over there, then the birds wouldn't spawn in that area, and then I'd have to run out and try and find one and induce it to follow me back, and I just gave up. Anyway, I gave up, came back here, got old Mr. Silver going, and we flew over to the northeast coast base and did a big rebuild job on the raft over there. Went over to Carno Island, ran around beating stuff up and getting beat up. I had to go back to the base and refurbish my armor. And then I went back over, and I think it was the first or second trip ashore, I saw Miss Chiffon. She was with a group of other ones, which I tried to weed her out between the Carnos and the Saber-tooths and the other Argies. I managed to get most of them, and she came after me, and I convinced her it would be a good idea to follow me. Of course, she was coming after me anyway. Got her back in the raft, got the door up on it. Bingo. Found out that using the Journeyman, a long rifle with trank darts, causes too much injury to the critters. So I went back just to using plain bow and arrow and spacing the shots out so she didn't take a lot of damage. Only dropped from about 675 to about 575 using arrows. And fortunately in Carno Island it's pretty easy to get prime. So I got her tamed up all the way to 94.5% on prime, and because I pulled the raft away from the island, so I didn't run into any problems with critters coming out there trying to chew on her in her passed out state. And unfortunately I had prime, but it went bad before she finished the tame, and I had to do the last 2 steps with prime, but still she jumped 14. I considered myself very lucky because she was a level 30, as high as they naturally come anywhere on the island. Any creature, the highest level they can be is 30, and a natural reconstitution or constitution or spawning or whatever you want to call it. She got 14 levels on the tame, and she's leveled twice already. I mean, I just got her yesterday morning, got her tamed up the day before, because we went through a night on the raft out in the middle of the water. I went back to the base yesterday, got things straightened up, squared away, hopped on her, had Mr. Silver follow us, because it's had to make one rest stop coming back, and I stopped on top of that mountain over there, picked up some obsidian and a little bit of metal. Anyway, brought her back over here. I'm going to have to do something about keeping my flying creatures under control. I don't know, when I go out on a mission by myself, I don't know whether the insects come in here or pterodons come in here or other flyers or something, and gets them agitated where they want to take off. And since I'm trying to protect them by leaving them in passive mode, so they don't engage anything, and building a nice big cage for them to hide inside of. I'm going to have to rebuild that up there. I'm up at a level myself now where I can build one of those huge trapdoors that go in the ceiling. And I'll probably replace, I just did this quick like, that's why I did it all out of wood, which is plenty strong enough, because nobody's trying to break out. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of those window walls except for one door, which is where I'll have the ladder to get up inside, and put that big trap door device in the roof. And maybe I'll knock off this overhang over here, or maybe I'll leave them in there. It's 5 wide that way. Or it's actually 4 wide, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I do the half overlap on the roof pieces, the ceiling pieces. Gives me kind of an eave all the way around. And it makes that upper part 4x4 instead of 3x3. A little more room. I just roofed it with thatch, which is, like I said, nobody's trying to get in there. It's just to contain my flyers so they don't want to escape on me. Anyway, I went out and got a Megaloceros, because they're supposed to be good for getting thatch, and he's not bad now that I got him leveled up a bit, added some weight to him. And I got Mr. Woody and he's got to level up. That was quite a chore getting him. Get some melee damage on him. I got a hat on him. Looks kind of cute. What's he got here? I keep the arrows sometimes. Don't need this stuff. Maybe he's gotten into some fights with, there we go. I should take this one. Oops. Did that wrong. Gotta bring you over here. Put a repair on you. Now you got enough for me. I don't know if there's, like I said, the only thing that can really get in here, as far as I know, is the pterodons. This spike wall fence has stopped a number of dire bears along this section here. They come in here and try to, I don't know if they try to run or just walk into that spike wall, but it just kills them. I found a couple of them laying out there on the outside, which is okay because I harvest them up with the hatchet and get a whole bunch of pelt so I can keep my fur armor in good condition. And that's something I'm going to have to do. Built this nice little enclosure. I'll put all doorways there because these land-based creatures can't fly out and they can't get out between any of those single door openings. But I can get in and out anywhere I want. So I've built a compost bin, making fertilizer, although I hardly need any. Keep Miss Bite You in here. Look at her. She's a level 68 now. Mr. Nettles, level 71. I would pit him against absolutely anything that the island has to offer, because he's taken out high level 20 T-Rexes. I think the only thing bigger than him is the Gigantosaurus, or something new I've seen. This big, huge, I don't even know what it was called because I couldn't get a name tag on it. The thing was it looked like it was twice the size of a Brontosaurus. And the same thing with Miss Bite You. I mean, she'll take out a T-Rex in a heartbeat. And just about anything else that's out there. Often what I do is I got my my Mastercraft pike, and I'll hop off because she'll be on neutral, and I'll start poking them with the pike, and she'll jump into the fray, and we'll just knock them down. Allosaurs, I don't care what they are, Spinosaurs, Allosaurs, T-Rexes, Argiventavuses. Nothing stands a chance against my pike when I got my armor. Almost all, well, the two main pieces are now, I think, apprentice or journeyman level. I think I got something, one other piece here. It's a higher level. Well, maybe not. Nope. Oh yeah, the flak boots are now journeyman flak boots. The leggings are journeyman. The chest piece is apprentice. The hat is apprentice. So all of those things together. And I keep getting these recipes, I just throw them away because I can't do anything with them. My cooking pot doesn't work. It's kind of aggravating because I can't make dyes, I can't make any recipes, can't do any of that fun stuff. So I also don't get any drops. I can't get the dungeons. I can get the keys. I'm a high enough level to get the keys, but it keeps telling me I gotta have access to something, internet or something, I suppose, to be able to go do the dungeons. So for now, I've kept up my building program. You can see here all those little blue-green markers around are all camps that I've created. I want to go up there in the northwest, that area that juts up there to the northwest into cold country. I need a base up there. I don't want to put any bases up in the snow country. It's just too cold up there. I need one over on the east coast by that Gulf right around latitude 50. And I need one down in the southwest, somewhere down there by the red obelisk. And once I get that done, I'll pretty well be covered because my flyers are strong enough now that I can jump from any one. I can fly from any one to any other one adjacent without taking a rest break. Now, if I got them loaded down heavy, I might have to stop once. But that's rarely ever a problem stopping because it only takes a few seconds for their stam to regenerate, and then we're off again. If something comes up and noses around, pretty much Miss Chocolate for sure, and without too much more work on it, Miss Chiffon will be right up in that same range of being a tough bird, well able to take care of herself. So that's what I've been doing. Some of it's been exciting. Most of it's, a lot of it's been just drudge work, gathering materials and building stuff and trying different ideas. Kind of gave you the little thing on this, my little diving platform, if you will. Whee! Since I landed in the water, I'm just fine. It was a bit of a challenge getting the rest of this structure over here to work properly. And part of the problem was right there where I put that foundation to put the wooden pillars on was a rock. So I had to break that rock up, and fortunately it hasn't come back again since I've got all this stuff up here. And that can be a little challenge getting up on the ramp sometimes, but usually I make it okay. I just come up here, I built all this, so I got a little room to wiggle around. I should put some more wood in my torch. I've got these things scattered around in various places. so that they act as signal fires, allow me to find my way back when I'm been out at night and I'm trying to come back. And I can't put another ceiling out here, but fortunately I get the key for the ladder, and up I go. I didn't exceed the physics of the ARK world, so whee, there we go, just like that, up and down. Sometimes I do that. I just jump off the end if I want to go over there and run around, gather enough animal resources or something like that. And of course, this is a great location because up on top of that mountain, there's all kinds of metal. And up on top of the volcano, there's all kinds of metal and obsidian and crystal. I think there's crystal over on that one too. And they're all pretty easy flight on the Argentavis, which is why I wanted to get another one after Miss Chocolate decided to disappear herself there for a while. Because Mr. Silver's great and he's fast, but he's not real big on carrying much weight. Yeah, just about all these mountaintops have got metal. A lot of them have got crystal. Some of them have obsidian. Don't need too much obsidian, just for some of the parts that got to be made. Over here in the fabricator. So I'm just going to keep going with my building program. I got a few more to do. I got to go up there to cold country and get some more organic polymer to repair my ghillie clothing, because that stuff doesn't last forever. I'm not real keen on building a bunch of electrical stuff out here. Don't really have a need for it. Maybe a refrigerator would be handy, but I can use the what's it called, the box that put the spark powder in, and that seems to hold things pretty well. Fair amount of expense to build a generator and then a refrigerator, but I could do it both. I have a blueprint for the fridge already that was gifted to me, but not for the yeah, I'd have to go get the engram for making I could make an air conditioner too, but don't need it too much here, even though I'm right on the equator effectively. Yeah, I could make a generator and a fridge and set it over here. But I don't really need that kind of stuff very much. There's so much that I'm locked out of doing that the need for a lot of that stuff is zero. So, I mean, I haven't done anything with metal buildings and all that kind of stuff. Stone is plenty strong enough for anything that I run into. In fact, wood is strong enough for most things. I mean, I can make these wooden dinosaur gates. I can carry 4 of them. That's like, I did that with 2 doors to make a portable trap that I could set up somewhere when I was looking for a new Argentavis. But they can bang and clang on that pretty heavy duty. I mean, it might not hold a T-Rex forever, but it would hold them for a while, probably long enough to get them knocked out. And then, of course, they're easy to repair because just need wood and thatch, maybe some fiber. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. I can carry 4 gates and 2 doors on my person and not be overloaded with all my other gear. And of course I can carry all that on Mr. Silver, but it's usually better to go out on Miss Bite You, because she can handle the weight and she's pretty fast and she just chews things up very, very well. Doesn't matter what it is. Bears, wolves, rhinos. mammoths, everything. Well, it's getting dark now. You two girls, you sit out here and you be good. You don't go flittering off somewhere again in the middle of the night, okay? I'm going to go up to the house, hop in the sack, get up in the morning, and maybe we'll take a run up there so we can get some more organic polymer. I got food and I got carrots growing. I got medjool berries growing. I got narco berries growing. Just about giving up on getting a horse. They always seem to run away and get themselves eaten. I went over and looked at a couple of Gigantopithecuses, but I couldn't find one of the ones I saw were all under 10s. They're right over there in the redwoods, but you got to follow them around and give them berries to get them tamed up. And there's so many other critters over there that want to cause problems. It's kind of difficult to do that. But maybe I'll do it because they are able to collect fiber, from what I understand. Anyway, night all.